Hi, team. This is George. Appreciate all the effort you've been putting into class, and congratulations on picking your topic. That is the first step towards our research project. So now in week 2, we are going to jump in on and start doing our annotated bibliography. What does that mean? Well, you're going to research 10 sources. So you're going to look up your topic. You're going to get 10 sources. What are you going to do with those 10 sources? Well, I'm going to post this link. This is from Purdue OWL, and this shows a sample APA annotated bibliography. And notice here we have the reference. And then the first paragraph, what's that first paragraph about? Well, take a look. First paragraph provides a brief summary of the author's project in the book. In our case, it's probably going to be in the journal article, which is absolutely perfect. You're just going to cover the main points of the work. And it's going to be very brief. You notice it's just a few sentences. It's nothing major. And then the second paragraph, you're going to point out the strengths and evaluate its methods and presentation. So what's a method? How was it done? Was it an experiment? Was it a case study? What was it? That's how you're going to look at it. And why is this important? Why do we care? Well, it's important because whenever you do research, you want to have a brief summary of all the stuff that you look up that you have found important that matters to your research, because you want to stand on top of all that research, the proverbial stand on the shoulders of giants. That's what we want to do. We want to stand on what others have brought before us and build on that. Now, if we're going to do that, and if we're going to speak intelligently on the topic, we want to do annotated bibliographies. I do annotated bibliographies. Actually, I do a little bit more than this. I hold it on a spreadsheet for when I do my own research, because I want to know certain things. Like, I want to know, was this a mixed method study? What type of study was it? Was it a survey? Was it a case study? Was it a true experiment? I want to know, because that matters on how I write, because this is what helps to set up my literature review, which then supports the methodology that I use. So these are very important, and that's why they are important. It's not just a exercise in work, believe it or not. They do have a purpose in our research, and we're going to look to these to help them set up our own methodology when we get to there. So remember, week 1, you picked your topic. Week 2, we're going to research that topic and write an annotated bibliography. If we just look at the final project, it might feel a little overwhelming because it's a big project. And that's okay, because we're doing it one step at a time and we're walking right through the whole process. So by the time we're done, you are going to be very good at this. So feel free to contact me anytime. If you're feeling overwhelmed, that's absolutely okay. That just means take a breath, pause, and think about what we're doing here. Just an annotated bibliography, nothing more, nothing less. This is what we're doing. And I am here to help and help walk us through this process as well. Now let's jump in and look at the Stanford Prison Experiment. The Stanford Prison Experiment is kind of scary, and we're looking at it from an ethical perspective, but as you're watching the video, also notice how quickly we as people conform to the roles that we are put in. So think of what that means for you, where you work, in your family, whatever it may be, how quickly these folks conform to their roles and how quickly that we do that as people. So it's absolutely amazing how that works. Now, the ethics involved with it, we have to look from a lens from the 1960s as opposed to the 2019 era, because there weren't things such as IRBs and all that good stuff. Do no harm was still there, but it really wasn't fleshed out like it is today. So people 50 years ago, 50 years from now might look at us and say, wow, they really did some silly stuff back then. So look at it through the lens of the 1960s and compare it to what things we have in place, such as IRBs and things like that, human research components that we have within research now, because experiments like the Stanford Prison Experiment are the ones that actually were the thought process reasoning behind us having to have such things as IRBs and things like that. So Jump into week 2, have a fantastic week, and we're going to have a live session Wednesday as well.